32 of them have been held so far since October 2023, and this has been a huge one. Obviously you can't count these things. The police will give a number perhaps later. Certainly tens and thousands of people out on the streets of London, and they've come from all over the country. They've come down on buses and trains. I've seen banners having the names of Bristol, Cambridge, Abergavenny, Chesterfield, Sheffield. These are cities all over the UK, and it took well over an hour, probably an hour and a half, for all of the protesters to go past me as I was standing stationary. It was on a loop around the Westminster and south of the river as well. At one point it seemed as if the front of the loop would catch up with the back of the loop. That's how many people there were. I was speaking to plenty of the people who were on the demonstration and asking them whether they were cheering this ceasefire that's going on in Gaza, and they said yes, more or less, but they were certainly sceptical, I think, or at least cautious that the ceasefire would hold for a significant amount of time. They pointed out that ceasefires do collapse. They were worried about the perseverance of Donald Trump, worried about the presence of Tony Blair in the mix. They were basically saying that there's a lot of work still to be done. That's why they have kept on coming out on these demonstrations. They say that Palestine has a long way to go before it gets any sort of justice. So those are the sort of views that you hear from the people who've been marching today. Now, the police in the UK, the government in the UK, is trying to make it more difficult for these sorts of demonstrations to happen. They want the police to have more powers to basically restrict repeat protests, the type of pro-Palestine demonstrations that we've seen week in, week out in the UK for well over a year, coming up to 2 years. At the moment, though, the laws have been unchanged, which means that this protest has carried on as it would have done. You can see thousands and thousands of people out on the streets of London today.